All right, welcome back, everybody.
We're back.
Another episode of Another LA Podcast. That was a little redundant. Fred, take it away.
All right, guys, we have a Fred flag. All right, last night, it's like 2 a.m, and I hear some noise. I'm like, what is that going on over there? So I look outside. There's people in the jacuzzi. They're playing music. And I'm like, dude, common sense. Why are you in a jacuzzi at 2 o'clock in the morning? It's like consideration for your neighbors. Now, on the flip side of this, I just happened to meet the guy. He happened to walk in here before we started filming this. Apologize, all good, college kid. I get it. So he's new here. He just moved in, so it's all good. But the whole thing was just like, just have common sense and know that you probably shouldn't be in common areas, around that time because it does echo up into people's apartments and wakes them up. And no one else says something, but I probably will. So I don't know. All right, that's my Fred.
It flew off.
The Fred flag flew away. I don't know what happened to it.
That's great.
Did it fall off?
It flew away. That's great.
It went back behind the couch.
Oh, shit.
I saw it happen right as you waved.
That's going to be,
back.
that blooper will be in a highlight clip for sure.
Oh, I didn't
Just so you know, that's going to be in the clip. The whole thing.
It's a great way to start the episode.
Yeah, the whole thing.
All right, boys. Well, it's been a wild week in LA. This might come out a little bit after this current situation has subsided, but we're living right in the middle of it right now. So production on this episode, at least, we are right in the middle of all of these ICE raids and protests and riots and everything going on in and around downtown LA. We live just a little bit east of like downtown proper, so it hasn't necessarily hit our neighborhood super, super hard. But it has been a wild week. We are in a curfew area right now, so technically we're not supposed to be out and about after 8 p.m.
Very true.
And it's been a wild experience so far.
Actually, curfew hit. It turned 8 p.m. just right now.
Oh, so we are filming this
During curfew
hours.
But we are home, so technically we're not out breaking.
We're fine.
No, we're good.
Curfew.
Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I was gone for a whole week. So when I left last Saturday night, it was just starting a little bit. And I just kept seeing videos throughout the week. And I'm like, damn, what is going on over here? And I was hitting up the group chat just to see, like, is the Arts District okay? Is the bridge okay? What's going on over here? And
we're good.
It turns out, it's on the outskirts of us. It's not good that it was happening in general because you shouldn't be blocking the freeways, So, but we'll see tomorrow. I haven't really watched today of the protests going on today, so I really don't know how good or bad it was. But I guess it's nationwide, and so I guess we'll see what the outcome comes from it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see because today we're filming this on a Saturday, which the same Saturday as the No Kings protest taking place, which is it has kind of been happening all over the country. I guess more so today. Earlier in the week, it was more so focused on just downtown Los Angeles. And they've shut freeways down. They've shut entire city blocks down.
I heard some of the restaurants are struggling.
A lot of the small businesses, I think,
they were struggling prior to this, but now they're kind of like, oh, here we go again. Another struggle for the restaurant business.
Well, so Girl and the Goat, right down the street.
Okay.
Guess what their hours are today?
They're seating until 6, right?
4 till 6.
Mm-hmm.
Dang,
2 hours open.
Yeah.
They were open Friday night from 4 to 6. Today 4 to 6. And then Sunday, they have their brunch from, I think, 10 to 2, and then 4 to 6.
Yeah.
What do you do from 4 to 6? How many tables can you actually get? Is it even worth bringing employees in?
You can probably turn 2, I would think.
It's got to be
you could do a seating at 4, and then you can probably, because they said seating until 6.
Yeah.
So you can sit down at 6 o'clock for dinner. And then that leaves you enough time to get out of there by 8.
Yeah, I don't know. I would think they're doing 6, so by the time they clean up and like that, everyone is back home, by curfew, I guess. I don't know if that's their idea. I don't know.
Well, I do hope they all survive it. All the small businesses, we're with you. We hope you survive it and, are back again next week with us.
Yeah, definitely.
In general, we hope 8 days of protest doesn't take out entire businesses. We hope not.
I know it's affected
business.
Me and my business.
Yeah.
We had probably one of our slower weeks of recent memory. Which totally understand. Haircuts tend to be less important when things like this are going on, or you're worried about whether you're even going to be able to drive through downtown.
You say that, but I don't know. Maybe I need to get a headshot maybe I need a good mug shot when I get arrested. So maybe
fair.
a fresh haircut would be like fire.
Hey,
maybe the fade needs to be on point.
If anybody out there,
arrested,
if anybody out there is planning on getting
trying to be
a fire
Jeremy
new
Meeks
mug
over
shot,
here?
let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know if you need a fire mug shot. I got you.
Mugshot
I'll get you looking right before the mug shot.
Might need to be the hardest mug shot
Mondays. There you go. Go to the shop. Mug shot Mondays.
You never know.
Too good. Either you ever had a mug shot?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
Me too. I've had one. Yeah.
I actually don't. Imagine that. The usual suspect does not have a mugshot sitting on a couch. Imagine that.
There we go. I know. It's the other two.
The other two. Imagine that.
Two white guys.
The other two, yeah.
Whoever would have thought that? They won't believe
This
that.
is back in my. This was like back in 1995.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my first one.
There we go.
And
Oh, you
second-
got multiple?
2.
Oh, okay.
97. They're both for the same offense.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's been a week. It's definitely been a week. I know I got out there and joined up with the protests twice so far. Once just marching, super peaceful. And that, at least from what I've experienced so far, has been kind of the majority of the situation. It has been a very peaceful protest and a very, beautiful kind of coming together of Angelinos. And then obviously we were talking about this off camera, but there does then unfortunately become like that crowd mentality that brings the worst out in some people. One of the big things that I think I've had to deal with over this last week, being the only member of my family who lives in Los Angeles, is fielding phone calls from all of these other people who know me, and they're like, is LA a war zone? Is the city burning down? Are you being, shot with rubber bullets and tear gassed and all of these different things? And while there is that going on, like the Waymos that, got burnt down,
dude.
like whatever.
They need to stop the Waymos because those things don't know where they just follow a direction. They don't go on freeways, and then they end up right there. The Waymo will stop if the people are there.
Yeah.
And what do these guys do? They just burn them. I saw they burned 4 of them in a row.
Yeah.
It's like, stop the Waymos here. You don't need Waymos at this time.
So there has absolutely been violence and destruction and vandalism and looting and everything like that. However, I do think that the narrative being strung is a little bit, out of proportion because the hefty majority of everything that I've experienced so far has been very loving and peaceful and supportive of the community as a whole.
Well, you guys got the people who want to take advantage of the situation.
Exactly.
And so that gives everything a bad rap. It's like the people are throwing rocks at the cop cars going by.
Yeah.
That guy, and that's so weird. It's so crazy how they identify people. The guy had a helmet on. You couldn't even see his face.
Well, they said at one point
and he got arrested.
He had no helmet on. He was talking to the reporters at one point.
Oh, that's how he got
And
him?
then later he was.
Oh, okay. So that's how. Okay.
So moral of the story: keep your helmet on.
Yeah,
I guess.
So keep your helmet on. You can throw rocks at cop cars. But yeah, it's just so strange. But it's good that he got arrested because now you're charged. That's attempted murder on each one of them or something because it's something like that. But
yeah, just unnecessary violence.
Yeah.
When the task at hand is to try to speak up about something, violence is not the way to go about it.
I think there definitely needs to be a resolution. I'm all about a peaceful protest, support that 100%. But the other stuff, I have no comment on it. And I feel like though, it has to be a way to communicate better than what both sides are doing to come to a resolution. It has to be a sit down at some point.
Yeah, no, I think that's a very wise take on the situation at hand. The communication I think is lacking in all kinds of ways, both from how the communication is coming out as well as how it's being received for both sides. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We're still very much in the middle of everything. It feels like. So I know I was telling these guys off camera as well. I had my first experience with tear gas the other night. Not that had it directly thrown at me, but
how would you recommend 10 out of 10 or 0 out of 1,000?
0 out of 1,000,000, dude. That stuff. Well, my God. I mean, I wasn't even that close to it. I was walking through downtown and the winds changed, and all of a sudden I could feel it. And I mean, I was affected for the whole next day. I could still feel it in my throat and my eyes, and I mean, it was
like a pepper spray?
Rough.
Is it high intense pepper spray?
Yeah, it's a little bit more because you kind of internalize it. So I could feel it. I could feel it all in my throat and my lungs and everything. But yeah, no, it was a wild experience. And yeah, unfortunately, there's been a lot of that and whatever. But it's been crazy this week. You know, everything that I've seen, everything that I've done. You know, like being out there and kind of being in the middle of it, you do see all of this like really, really beautiful, you know, like connection happening between people, like people playing music and dancing and celebrating the like what is one of the cooler aspects I feel like of Los Angeles is how diverse it is.
Yeah.
And so like that being celebrated and being kind of cherished has been really cool thing to experience. And unfortunately, you know, it's being kind of that is being, I feel like, overshadowed by all this negativity surrounding the protests.
And I just wonder how long, like, this one will be over today.
Yeah.
Now, is there other ones? You know, I don't even know when the No Kings even started. Because I was confused. I'm like, what is No Kings? Who created this?
Oh yeah, so it was earlier this week.
So it's that fast.
Yeah, that fast.
Wow.
It was earlier this week. It was after the protests had already kicked off in LA, and basically, so today is Donald Trump's birthday.
Yeah.
And I think it's also Flag Day, right?
Also, it's the Army's birthday or something.
Yeah, the Army's
something
birthday
like
too.
that.
Yeah.
And so basically, the idea was, you know, as opposed to celebrating, you know, these things, let's all get out there and protest the idea of like, you know, that we're a democracy, we don't have a king, we don't have one person who can make these decisions. And so that was kind of I think at least from what I know and what I've read and seen.
Yeah,
that was kind of the inspiration.
They were saying no king since whenever, like, you can Google this. Whenever the Boston Tea Party was, when we broke away from, what was it?
Oh, in the 1900s, early 1900s?
Yeah, something like that. They're saying
Yeah.
no king since that date.
Yeah.
As I saw, it was like the hashtag. So kind of like trying to play into like the history of how like the U.S. was born. But, you know, when you think about it, you know, the U.S. was born on the backs of slaves and immigrants. Like, that's a fact.
Yeah.
So,
It's an immigrant nation.
yeah. So, I mean, it's wild.
There's a very, very small percentage of people who live in this country who were here originally.
Yeah.
You know, and those people were treated fucking terribly too.
As well.
Pardon my French, but
Indian American War, yeah, we just kind of
yeah, exactly.
took the land there.
So
Yeah.
and like, you know, obviously Native Americans are the original,
Yeah.
you know, but everybody else, I mean, myself included, like
We're all
my family,
immigrants, yeah.
my family came over from Europe like 4 generations ago, I think, or something like that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so it is an immigrant nation, and it is one of the most diverse countries in the world, and this city is one of the most diverse cities in that country, and so. There's so much that can be said, and I don't, you know, obviously, like, we don't have to keep harping on it or anything quite like that. But it being that we are, you know, an LA based podcast, we were talking about what we wanted to kind of address this week, and I was like, well, you know, we'd be remiss to not at least
Say something
kind of
about
touch
it.
on what's been going on
I mean,
out
even
here.
Joe Rogan has his take on it, which I think is very interesting.
Oh, he does?
Joe Rogan has a take on everything.
Yeah, so
I didn't see
definitely
that.
go look at that podcast from Joe Rogan. He talks about
I'll look at that.
the riots and everything like that. I think his take is pretty interesting, and how he feels very strongly about certain things.
Yes, he does.
So,
I haven't seen what he had to say about it, but I'll be curious to.
we'll play it on
I'll
the
watch
break.
him.
Go
I'll
look
watch
at that afterwards. Yeah. What else we got going on? Sports update. We're in the middle of the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
OKC won last night.
I don't even know. I'll be honest. Like, once the Lakers are out of the playoffs, I stopped watching.
You're
NBA.
done. Basketball season's over?
Basketball season's over for me.
I'll still watch it just for the, you know, because you never know what you might see.
Yeah.
And so last night or on Sunday, when we were flying back, we flew JetBlue coming back, so they have TVs.
Nice.
I was able to watch the whole game. The game ended right when we landed.
Oh,
Oh,
perfect.
wow.
It was just perfect timing. So I slept the first 2.5 hours, and then the other 2.5 watched the game.
It was a good game last night too. Game 4.
Yeah.
Game
Dude,
4. So OKC tied it up 2-2 in the series.
Yeah.
And then we've got hockey as well in the finals. Florida versus Edmonton.
Oh, yeah.
Florida just won their game tonight, so they're up now, 3-2, I think? I think tonight was game 5. I got to double check that. But
Stanley Cup, just the final.
it's the final, baby. They hockey and basketball tend to line up pretty close to each other, so the finals are taking place at the same time. Please, Edmonton, win it. I don't want to see Florida go back to back.
Oh, wow.
The Florida Panthers are one of the nastiest, dirtiest, ugliest hockey teams that I've ever seen in my entire life.
They're like that. I gotta watch them.
I don't really watch hockey that much.
They're a bunch of thugs, dude.
Are
I mean,
they?
they suck. They cheap shot. They play dirty as hell.
Wow, this sounds like a fun team. I need to watch this team.
It's very entertaining.
And they're in Florida of all places.
They are in Florida.
Oh, I gotta watch
They're
some
like,
clips
why
now.
does Florida have a hockey team of all places?
Florida has two hockey teams. They have the Panthers and the Lightning.
And they both actually, isn't it? I heard something. The last 6 Stanley Cups or something like that, they've both been in the finals.
Pretty much. I think there might be 1 or 2 years. No, because there was 1 year where Dallas made it to the final, and I don't think we played either one of them. But
That's
yeah,
sick.
I mean,
I gotta check that
both
out.
of the Florida teams, they've been really, really good over the last 5 to 10 years. The Lightning have definitely kind of like they tanked. They're back in kind of a rebuilding phase. But Florida won last year. They have a good chance to win this year. I have no idea actually what city in Florida they're based in. They're just called the Florida Panthers.
Yeah,
They play dirty like that. Okay,
They play dirty as hell.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
check some clips out. They sound like a pretty interesting team.
Oh yeah. Go look at
Okay.
like the highlights from this series alone. Like there are some wild shots.
Okay, I'm
that
gonna
these
look at
guys are
that.
throwing
I'm gonna
around.
take a look at that.
Isn't that the Kachuk brothers on there?
One of them. Yeah.
He's on there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the Tkachuk brothers
Yeah.
plays for Florida. The other one plays for Ottawa, the Senators.
Okay.
He's the captain of the Ottawa Senators.
Okay.
Brady is his name.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Matthew plays for Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as much as it pains me to, root for Edmonton because they knocked Dallas out of the Western Conference Finals, I would rather see them win than Florida.
Gotcha. You know what? I went to Social Sports. We still have to go to a Dodgers game together. We have to.
We do need to go to a Dodgers
I'm
game.
going on
together.
Tuesday.
Oh, nice.
Tuesday
Yeah,
night.
we've got the Giants this weekend. I think they're playing right now, actually.
Sick.
I think there's a game on right now. But
Okay.
But yeah, so yeah, let's. What else has been going on with you guys? I know Fred wanted to talk a little bit about some new kind of health journey things
Yeah,
that he's
we
on.
have time for that.
Fasting. Yeah, we got time to talk about his fasting
Yeah.
and his walking 10,000 steps.
Yeah, well, that happened recently. So I decided to try something different. When something is you hit a plateau, and I was like, you know what? Let me try the whole fasting. I've had friends of mine who do it and you swear by it, saying you won't lose muscle mass, because that was my whole thing. I'm not going to eat breakfast. I'm not going to eat snacks after dinner, so I'm going to lose muscle mass. Can't do that. And
So is this like the intermittent fasting?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I started doing it, and then so I'm doing the 16-8. So basically, my eating window is from 12 p.m. until 8 p.m. And I've been doing it, and like in the beginning, it was kind of hard because like I'm so used to eating oatmeal in the morning and toast and stuff like that. But now, it doesn't even faze me. My green tea that I drink is actually it suppresses your appetite.
Oh, okay.
'Cause I don't drink coffee, so
Yeah.
so it works out good. But then I started doing that, and then after a couple weeks, the abs started shrinking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, okay, this stuff really does work. But you got to eat protein. You got to eat your body weight in protein to keep your muscle mass. That's what a lot.
So how do you? What's the best way to calculate your body weight and protein? How would you calculate?
Well, how much do you weigh?
Me, I'm not gonna say how much I weigh on
Okay.
camera.
Well, whatever you say you weigh, that's how much protein you need to eat per day. Well, actually, no. No. So it goes. What's your goal weight? How about that?
He goes, how much do you weigh? Martin says, I'm not saying how much I weigh on the podcast.
I'm not saying that either. I'm just
Okay.
we're talking about you.
Anyways, okay.
How do you calculate your body weight?
So I weigh 172 pounds. What's going on over here?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, it's all good. We got a security guard coming and going.
So
He's making sure we're not breaking the rules.
yeah,
This is great.
he's trying to fix the door right there. There we go.
You got it?
You're
you good, brother?
You're good.
It's always something on another LA podcast.
All right.
Just what we get for recording in a public space.
and not paying
He
for
was
it.
doing his best not to disturb us.
He really was.
But by doing that, he completely disturbed.
Jesus.
He was trying to close the door as quietly as he could, but then the
Just
door
leave it.
the door needs momentum to shut. So
Yeah,
he was fighting it.
That's great.
Jesus.
That's fucking
Oh
funny.
man. All right, Brad.
All right, so back
Anyways,
to
yeah.
back to Martin's weight over here. So it's my weight actually. So I weigh about 172 pounds, and so if you want to keep your muscle mass on, you got to eat your body weight in pounds. Grams per day. So I can eat like 172 grams of protein per day to keep the muscle mass. It depends what your goal weight is.
Yeah.
If you're overweight and you want to lose weight, then you set it lower. but it's a calorie deficit, and it does work because you cut out stuff. I don't count the calories, but I've been eating. I've kept the muscle mass. The abs have shrunk, and then
shrunk like you're losing the abs, or
the whole everything.
So they're more pronounced now.
My pants are getting tight, are getting looser.
Okay,
and I'm like, okay, so this actually does work. But then recently, when I was in New York, you walk everywhere. And so then we decided to see how many steps are we doing per day in New York. And the first day we did like 20,000 steps.
Wow.
Which is equivalent to about 10 miles.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, maybe I'll try this here. And I started looking it up, doing some research. And the benefits of walking actually is just as good as doing the fasting. So now I'm combining both of those together. And I've been walking every day in New York. I was walking at least 12,000 steps a day. And so I was eating cheesecake at night, pizza crust at night before bed.
Just the crust?
Yeah, just the crust. Because because Cindy eats the margarita pizza. I don't like the cheese. Yeah. So she'll give me the crust. I'll just eat that. But yeah, it's good.
It's like you're a dog. She's like, I eat the pizza and I give him the crust.
Yeah.
The human garbage disposal known as Fred.
Yeah, but I'm waking up and the abs are even flatter when I wake up. So this walking thing, because I did watch a guy's YouTube and someone had asked him, how do you stay 10% body fat all year round? His number one thing was walking.
Wow.
And I'm like, really? And then he's like 10,000 steps minimum a day.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised what it'll do for your body. You know, burning calories, yes, but also like improve energy, sleep. It does a lot of things, cardiovascular. It does a whole bunch of things that you don't even think about.
I mean, I remember when I first moved to this area, right? I was working really far down south, and so I used to be driving to work every day, even before I moved into our building. And then when I changed shops and I started working at the shop that I'm at now, it's close enough that I walk, and so I started walking every day. And so now I hit 10,000 steps every day easily because I'm back and forth to the shop, and then I'm also walking around the chair and whatever. But I remember what a huge difference it made, like in my energy and just how I felt. And I lost weight. I wasn't even really trying actively to lose weight. It just kind of happened.
It just happened
because I was eating the same amount, but I was walking so much more, and it's been insane.
I do see when I get to working out, I do run into him often walking
all the time, walking back from the shop.
Once a week, I see him once a week walking back as I'm running or jogging.
I've run into both of you on my way to or from work. Yeah. Yeah. Or I see him driving or walking or whatever. Yeah. No, if you at any time of the day, 6 days a week, if you're going up or down Mateo Street, there's a good chance you'll see me
catch you walking.
Yep, going to or from the shop.
It's good. Like now, I want to incorporate it here. Yeah. And so today, I wanted to see how many steps it was just around our building.
How many?
It was like 650. One lap is like 650. So it's not that much. But then I walked over to Verve.
Yep.
And next thing you know, it was at 2,000. And I came back, it's at 3,100. And I'm like, damn, okay, so Verve. Yeah. Then we walked. I just wanted to just keep walking. I was even pacing around in here. I'm over 10,000 today, so I'm good. But like I'm addicted to it because when you see results, that's the whole thing. If you see results from something, it motivates you to want to continue it.
Totally.
And another reason why too is because I'll be 55 this year, and my testosterone doctor, no shame in that one, TRT, motherfucker.
So definitely seek out medical advice about that.
Yeah. Well, yes. Seek your own personal advice for that one. Don't go by me. But anyways, he was telling me just by your age, the testosterone take, whatever, he goes, by the time you get around 55, it'll be hard to lose the body fat. And so that was another reason why I wanted to start the fasting, is because I wanted to prove a point. I wanted to see abs I've never seen before.
Wow.
And so that's why it's once I get dedicated to something like this, it's like it's hard for me to stop, and it's a good addiction. I mean, anything with health and wellness, I'm all for that.
That's definitely a good thing to be addicted to.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. And eating protein first thing in the morning, your first meal before bed, protein again. You know, it's just a whole thing.
And so with the fasting, you're not eating until noon?
Yeah.
That's 12 to 8?
I'll work out fasted now.
Oh, wow.
I'll have to time it out because they say technically your liquid, like my BCAAs and so amino acids, will technically break the fast.
Okay.
But it's liquid. I'm not eating food.
Like, so I know some people say they fast, they'll break it with a coffee or something first.
Well, no, coffee's fine, but if you add milk to it, that breaks it.
Gotcha.
It depends how much you're adding, because any calories technically break your fast. But I've been doing it to where I'll go to the gym at 11 so I can, eat right after.
Right.
Because you still want to eat after.
And while you're on the note of adding things to, just to add things, Grayson, do you have something to add? Because it's about that time. Yeah.
I do indeed.
All right.
I've got a simple one this week.
A simple one. Okay.
Nice and simple.
I like that.
And this is something that, I don't know, I don't think that I've used it on here before, which is crazy to me because this is like a philosophy of mine in general. Yeah. And I know we try not to swear too much on this podcast, but I'm going to swear just a little bit for this one. So don't half-ass anything. Whole-ass everything, right? Don't put one foot in the pool and say it's too cold or it's too hot or whatever. Like, I can't stand that. If you're going to do something, go for it. Absolutely go for it. Do it. Make it happen. Like, I love hearing about, like your like fasting and walking journey where you're like, no, I'm dedicated to it, right? I'm going to do it. I'm like, yes, that is perfect. Like, I was actually going to use this in the future, but as soon as you were saying that, I was like, oh no, that's going to be today's. Yeah, I can't stand that. I mean, I never want to be somebody who tries something, not to the fullest of my ability and then complains that it didn't work out. Or, something along those lines. Instead, I'm like, I want to, I maybe do one less thing in a day, but everything else that I did that day was done to the best of my ability. I gave it everything that I had, and whether it worked out or not, I know that I did that. So there you go. That's my moment of gratitude for this week. It's a little bit more intense than normal, but
yeah. No, I like it. And Fred, bring us home.
All right, guys. Well, you know the drill. Another LA podcast. Subscribe, hit the like button, comment, and get your smash burger.
We'll see you next week.
We're out next time. Peace.